Hey, good morning. It's Mr. Henry again. I wanted to just tell you I'm celebrating the fact that I'm having a good beard day. So thank you guys for noticing. Anyway, beyond that, today we're going to go over the reading strategy or the reading lesson over rhetorical strategy, and you're going to hear it a different way from me than you'll hear it from Miss Meyer. Hopefully, that helps you unlock it slightly, in a slightly different way. Anyway, before we do that, I want to go over a multiple choice strategy that I use with my students that I think is beneficial. And to get common language, here's the way I discuss it. I talk about doing multiple choices backward and forward. And you say, backward and forward, huh? Well, I don't mean reading the questions first and then going back into the passage, although you can. What I mean is when you're working forward, you're working positively. You've read the passage, you know what the answer is supposed to be. You understood the author's point, and the question says, what was the author's point? And you start reading the choices, and you're like, this is what he was trying to say. And you go, that's the one. Okay. That is reading positively or reading forward. Okay. The second way is backward or negatively. And when you read backward or negatively, then what you're doing is you have to eliminate choices and you have to say, no, this doesn't fit, that doesn't fit. And then you work to the best answer, but you eliminate down to that choice. Okay. Um, Questions that you can read forward on go a lot faster typically, and questions that you read backward on take you usually a little bit more time. So, the better that you read, the more that you can read positively or that you can read forward. So, the more that you practice this as you practice next year in AP, then you're gonna get better at doing AP multiple choice, and you'll be able to read more questions positively. Anyway, let me walk through an example question, and then I'm going to stop this video, and then I'm going to tell you what I need you to do for the next video. So here's an example. I asked you what 2 plus 2 is. Most of you, before you look at the answer choices, you have in your head pop in the number 4. Those of you that don't, you're probably not in the right class. But anyway, that's forward. You knew the answer. You went to the answer choices and then you selected the best answer that matched what you already had in your head. That's moving positively or that's moving forward. If I told you it was an even number between 1 and 10, well, you have some numbers that pop into your head, but you're not sure which one it is. There's a range that works for you. You know it's even, you know it's between 1 and 10. So now you go to the answer choices and you start eliminating choices that are outside that range or that are not even. Anyway, you ultimately you could come out with a number 4, but that's working backward. And so that's what I'm talking about. For the next video, for what I need you to do, we're gonna work on a rhetorical we're gonna work on looking at rhetorical strategy. And what I need you to have in front of you is I need you to have your passage for the first week, the when we had the 2 passages, and then the week before, the week after that. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to work through a couple of rhetorical strategy questions. I'm going to show you how and why those are important to decipher. And from your data, it looks like this is a question that some of you can definitely use to help on. So go ahead and get your old passages out, at least familiarize yourself with that. I'm going to talk about it as if you know it. So when I come back to the next video, you need to kind of have looked over that stuff just a little bit. I'll talk to you in just a second.